hope all you had a great holiday. And I know we're going back now to the lockdown. Remember what we said, it's not what you possess, it's how you use it. And so you want to ask yourself, are you just going to go through COVID or can you grow through COVID? It's going to happen to all of us. We all possess it, but how we use it, it's more up to us. So that's just a thought. But what I want to talk about is, I came across an article by Pope Francis, and sometime on the holiday. But anyway, what caught my attention was a subtitle, which said, "The Secret of a Happy Marriage in Just 3 Words." So obviously I was curious, what are those 3 words? And they were tucked into a longer letter that he wrote December 26th, and it was dedicated to married couples throughout the world. And 2021, 2022 has been designated as a year of the family. And his letter expresses affection and closeness for families, as well as acknowledging the difficulties that families have faced during the pandemic. But it's a fairly long letter. He says lots of things, but in the middle somewhere, tucked in there, is this saying, "The power of saying please, thanks, and sorry can't be underestimated." And I think he's right on. You know, I've talked at length about the space between, and that your relationship is not just the two of you, but the two of you plus the space between. It's a real energy field, and you can tell, can't you, when there's tension there? It's either tension-free or it's not. And so he used the analogy, or one of the analogy he uses, which to me, I like. He says, marriage as a vocation calls you to steer a tiny boat, wave-tossed yet sturdy, across a sometimes stormy sea. And I like the analogy of a tiny boat. You certainly don't want to put anything negative into your little boat, especially in storm-tossed waters. And I think the pandemic has given us some pretty big waves. So take those 3 words of Pope Francis and situate them in your tiny boat or in your space between. You know, please, a simple word, but it softens any request. You know, would you please pick up some milk or get the kids or start dinner or whatever. Thanks, it's a verbal appreciation of your partner, because sometimes we do take our partner for granted, don't we? And in saying thanks or I appreciate that, you did a great job, from an old brain point of view, if I'm constantly hearing that, I can relax. This is not the enemy over there, it's my ally. We're on the same team. And sorry lets my partner know that I'm human. We all make mistakes. You know, and sorry is a bit of a white flag. I was in the wrong, let's fix whatever didn't work. So I think in the romantic love stage of relationship, that space between is pretty positive. It's new, it's fun, it's romantic. But then I think what happens is, and I think it's small things, you know, a little zing here, a little sarcastic remark, walking away, shut down. And then slowly or quickly, that space between becomes a bit more negative. And if it becomes too negative, becomes toxic, then people start to avoid. Who wants to go into a toxic space? And the ultimate avoidance, of course, is divorce, or sometimes people stay together, but they lead sort of parallel lives. So I believe now that the fastest way forward in a relationship is to consciously make the space between sacred space, holy ground, a zero negativity zone, no negativity in the space between. And I think Pope Francis' 3 words, please, sorry, thanks, go a long way to taking care of that space between. Please and thanks are on the positive side of the equation, and sorry helps eliminate any negativity, because we are human. We will make mistakes, but the key is to correct them as soon as possible. So think about, as you go into 2022, your relationship is not just you and you, but it's you and you plus that space between. And I like that analogy of the tiny boat. If you keep your tiny boat free of any negativity, it just makes sense, doesn't it? To better handle the storms that life will throw at us. All right? Anyway, so cheers, and let's make 2022 a great year. Thanks for watching.